Hey guys, and welcome to another spellcasting video. I know I have not posted one in like a little bit of time, but I'm excited to get back into it. I just haven't really been kind of in like that calm headspace to do so, and today I was really happy to wake up and just like spellcast and do witchery, and something's got in the way, so I'm a little bit like bummed by it. It doesn't mean that I'm not still excited to film this and to do this. If anything, it makes me more eager to film and do this spell because it means just that much more to me now. I am pulling this spell from the spell book for new witches. I got this on Amazon. I will link it down below. I do have a lot of other witchcraft books and journaling things on my Amazon shop, and if you do happen to have this book and you want to like follow along and we're gonna have like a fun little class session with all my little notes up here, we are turning to page 208, where we are going to be performing a drawing of a success sigil. I have made sigils in the past on this channel, so you can click my witchery playlist if you are interested in protection sigils or other types of sigils. So if you need some success or you need some like inspiration or motivation to like keep moving and to keep going forward and so forth and so on, this is definitely the video for you. And at the top it says, attract success into your life with a success sigil. Crafting a sigil allows you to make a symbolic representation of your intentions. Sigils are a way for you to draw from within yourself to create something magical that is uniquely yours. So we always talk about intentions, we always talk about what you want out of this spell. If you can't formulate your thoughts enough in order to do certain spells, which typically I always keep my thoughts in my head. I'm very good at like trying a little bit to hone in and focus on what I really want and what I desire. But if you are not that good with that and you're more artsy and crafty, sigils are definitely the way to go, considering you could just draw them and it feels peace and it feels like you're taking a step in the right direction, right? So here in this book, they always include when to perform a spell. I don't really follow that at all, but if you do follow, you know, the moon cycles and calendars within yourself, you can perform this on a Sunday or during a waxing moon. And the ingredients that we are going to be needing is a pen with orange ink and 2 sheets of paper. So instead of 2 sheets of paper, I typically use this as my spell book. 1, because it literally looks like a spell book from Hocus Pocus, and 2, because we have plenty of paper up in here. As always, the first step in this spell is to cleanse your altar. I already went ahead and lit a candle. It's a white candle from Bath & Body Works. It's Fiji White Sands, and to be honest with you, the smell of it makes me feel at peace and so calm. It's such a crazy fun mix to see my vlogs versus my witchcraft videos, because you could tell that my tone is so different, and that's because I go into this trying to be super calm, not anxious at all, and like I have a very like out there personality, so I feel like when I do my witchcraft videos I'm very mellow. I try to be like a little less, I don't try, but it just happens this way that I'm a little less of who I am. I actually dropped my protection stick while I was putting my camera up before I even started filming, so there's pieces of this all over my altar, so I'm taking that as a sign that my altar is cleansed. I did get really pissed off at it, I will let you know, because there were crumbs everywhere. Second on our spell list is craft a sentence with an affirmation of your choosing, such as, and they give an example, I am confident, powerful, and successful. For me, I'm very annoying and I try to make things more complicated, honestly, than they are. So I think that I can't make it long, even though I would love to write a poem and craft a sigil out of those said words. I'm going to go with something a little more, I'm gonna say success to me also equates to hard work and luck, honestly. So I think I'm gonna go with, I am lucky to be a hard worker. Shorten the affirmation by removing any repeated letters and vowels. For the affirmation above, you'll be left with, and then they put all of the consonants. Now from this, as it reigns easier to me, I am going to remove any repeat letters. So we're gonna rewrite this again. So now we are left with a shorter version of I am lucky to be a hard worker, and an even shorter version of I am lucky to be a hard worker. Now for the sake of this video and having it on a separate piece of paper where you guys could like totally see it, in the orange ink, I'm going to go on this next piece of paper and rewrite MLCKYTBHRDW, because the next part of this is to deconstruct the remaining letters into basic strokes, like curves, dots, dashes, and lines. Draw these strokes below the abbreviated affirmation on the same paper. This is kind of the tricky part, but it also could be the fun and creative part if you're into these sorts of things. This sigil stressed me out a little bit because I always feel like I'm missing something, but if you're missing something, just pretend you're not and just kind of go with it. And as I go on, just to like keep my brain remembering, I'm just gonna kind of like cross out what I've already sort of used. And again, while you're doing this, of course, think of what you are saying and what you are doing. So of course you are lucky to be a hard worker. You are successful, you know, you are powerful, you're confident, and you don't have to redraw the letters here. I just sometimes cheat a little bit because it makes me be able to envision stuff better. But of course your artistic ability is up to you. In real time, what I'm doing here is drawing a C, or basically a curve. Obviously it's a C, but on the sigil it just represents a curve. It doesn't represent a C anymore. And you just totally break down every single letter. And as you could see here, I told you guys I am switching pens and crossing out what I used and what I didn't use, because in my own brain I can't keep on and remembering which one I used unless I physically cross it away. Kind of wonky, kind of random, but the next part we should be able to kind of clean this up a little bit. In this next step, you guys are going to, on the same sheet of paper, combine the strokes to form an outline of a single shape. This could be a square, a heart, a cross, or a triangle. Place any remaining circles, arcs, and dashes along the lines or around the shape. This shape will be your success sigil. So of course, like you guys see here, it just looks like a random kind of bit of a mess, so you could go ahead and make this different now. So mine sort of looks like a little heart, which is fun because I obviously didn't plan on doing it that way. I made it like an oval diamond sort of shape. Now the last piece of the spell, and often, to be quite frank, the trickiest part, is redrawing it on a different sheet of paper. You could carry it with you, you can do whatever you want with it. My original protection sigil, which I have right here, I redrew on here and I keep it all the time. It actually just holds my little tea light candles that I made. I have a video on this too if you're interested. But this is my protection sigil and I thought it was so lovely and like transformative for me. And this looking like a heart is super cool. So I'm going to go ahead and try to redraw it off camera. While I am going to be redrawing this, I am totally thinking of my intention of I am so lucky to be a hard worker and that this is a success sigil. So these are my two sigils. The top one is the first one that we did together and the bottom one is the one that I just redrew. And I actually think it did quite well because one, it's yours. Two, your hands was the one who crafted it at first, so I couldn't do it again a second time. I think it's lovely. I think it looks so cool. I think I feel good and I feel really happy about it, and it makes me almost want to cry sometimes when the design comes out to be something that you didn't even try to do. If you guys are drawing a success sigil, or if you have drawn a success sigil before, let me know in the comments what sort of design it came out looking like. If it came out anything of interest to you or any excitement, I would think that's so cool. Oh, and also on accident, like totally on accident, I wore orange, and orange is sort of the determining factor of success. So
it was an accident. I didn't do it on purpose.
Of course, if you don't have an orange marker or an orange pen or an orange anything, it doesn't matter. You can use black. You can use any other little color your heart desires, because again, it is all about intentions and what you want out of it. And there are no rules. I mean, sometimes there's rules, but I don't really follow the rules. So if you want to follow the rules, go ahead and be my guest. But if you don't, just have fun, be safe, and I really hope that you find success. So without any further ado, I do hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Please let me know if it was informative at all. Please let me know if I could like change anything or switch anything around, or you want to know anything else when I make these witchcraft videos. And I do have an entire playlist dedicated to witchery. If you like these things, if you want to learn more about these things, if you just want to see me cast spells in my bedroom on my floor with a candle with a fire safe cover, because I need to shut it off now because I am sitting on the floor and I do have long hair that can go on fire. We'll see you guys in my next video, and please, please, please subscribe. Bye!